Mm-hmm. Like, and I'm gonna say this game in particular, comparing it to other RPGs that I have played, like maybe, like I can count that maybe like for me it competes with ones like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot or Dragon Ball Fusions, or maybe even Paper Mario that doesn't like both original and Thousand Year Door. But like it's on my top five best side quests of all in RPGs. Like goddamn, does the game you're really missing out on a lot if you don't go out of your way to play the side quests. Like not only is a gameplay element on a certain scene, but you really you really want to do them. You really want to explore. You really want to do everything. Like you don't feel like you're doing chores like other RPGs or like oh and
Oh
now
no, they feel like they're part of the main story that you need to like interact with, but it doesn't force you to feel like it's a need. Like it just comes
exactly
naturally.
like you don't feel like oh now I have to do this. No, like no, I want to keep going. I want to see who else has something to do before I jump into the next story element. With that said, this game is still is still based on an RPG from the fucking 90s. And by that I mean that, oh, did you miss that side quest or did you miss that one thing? Well, guess what, asshole? Wait until post game to fucking get it. Because
That's where the nine dresses comes from, and I hated getting that trophy. I
uh,
played
I'm gonna say this.
there's 3, 8, and 9 times.
I'm not bothering. I mean, you can technically do it just the three times if you know what you're doing. If you know,
The problem was when I first played, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
I mean, the Tifa is kind of an obvious one. Like you like those three options. That's it. Those three, like something mature, something exotic, or something sportsy.
At
Uh,
the end of the day, though, I still chapter. No matter what, I still had to finish it.
and I think both the both Aerith's dress and Cloud's dress depend on what you did on the chapter prior.
Okay, actually, no. Cloud's dress is strictly based off of the things that are currently happening in chapter 9.
Oh, depending
If
on
you
like
do jack like if you do jack shit, you're just gonna get like the boring dress that he gets. If you go out of your
to
way
not
to
get
like
picked.
to get the boring dress, but if you actually manage to get the Madam M side quests, that's when you're actually going to get the big he gets. And if you do Chocobo Sam's side quest, you're guaranteed to get the blue dress from him. So that's how that works.
Yeah, and also
Aerith's dresses,
and I'm gonna
that's the weird part.
and I'm gonna mention this. The the again the RS dress is a reward for doing everything. Is your major reward for doing everything in the chapter prior, like with Tifa and all. But
Oh, oh yeah, and the thing is like, because I got her quote unquote worst dress, and they really made you feel like
they
shit
just
if you
yeah no
got
like
if you
you're
got.
really like what the fuck is your problem? What the fuck? But like and I got the best of everything on on my first playthrough like because again the game wants you to do all the side quests and even like and maybe it's because I'm not a fucking dickhead but I got Madam N instead of Chocobo Sam uh, for my side quest which is where the remaining two side quests are hidden like those are the ones that you get from Sam if he is the one that represents you instead of Madam N but like I said, I'm just like I wasn't a dickhead, so I when they asked me like, okay, what does she look like, and I said she's a pretty good fighter, which I thought was just like a one that will help my morality with Tifa, but no, apparently that's just a neutral answer. But
No,
I'm
it
just
is.
but like apparently the one that helps you get Chocobo Sam is if you say that she has a nice body, and just like Yeah, I'm not that kind of guy. Sorry, I'm not that. I'm not. So I'm not doing
See,
this.
okay, here's the like morality system, I guess you should say it. I don't really call it, but like in terms of like the way that I see it, okay, so you know the resolution scenes, right, between Cloud and either
Yeah,
Tifa,
like
Aerith, or Barrett,
I
depending on the
know that
choices
in
they
the
make, right?
sewer is where you get that implication, where you get that resolution. Like if you go straight to the hole, you're getting Barrett at the end, like in the flower garden. If you pick any of Tifa or Aerith, you get their respective scenes. Which but by the way,
No,
all three are
no,
canon.
that's not what happens. What happens is the way, because I got Barrett first, and I still chose and I still went and picked up Aerith in the sewer. The way that you get Barrett isn't the sewer thing. It depends on how much time you spent with Tifa and Aerith in their respective side quests. So I kind of rushed through chapter 3 when I first played because at the time I was recording a let's play and stuff. I just wanted to get through the story and do the side quests later, which
Huh.
that bit me in the ass. But because I spent little time with Tifa in chapter 3 and little time with Aerith in chapter 8, I got Barrett as my resolution. And the next resolution I got was with Tifa, and I did all of her side quests. Aerith up in the sewers, but because I spent no time with Aerith, aka I did none of her side quests,
Yep.
I got Tifa. And because I did literally everything with Aerith and stuff, that's when I got her resolution.
Hmm.
So it all matters how and with those characters that matters on who you actually get, not the sewers. Because I know a lot of people that still just first in the sewers but got Aerith. You know what I mean?
That's odd because by that point it just matters on the fact that, but again in my case I did everything with everyone, so by this point the sewer became the major choice, like since that was the only one where
Yeah,
it actually
because yeah,
like and I picked Tifa for reasons that I'm gonna there's an actual reason, but I'm gonna bring and I'm gonna bring this all three sections, all three resolutions are canonical. Like it's not a matter. Like it's not like in the original where like the dates will be non-canon. Um, no, like here all three happen, but on different times of the event. Like technically, Barrett's situation is the
yeah,
first one because it's still technically like getting just becoming night, so they're going to bed. Then Tifa is the one that wakes up Cloud, and Aerith is Cloud's actual dream. So like that's why if you know like at the end of Aerith's scene, that's the only time where Cloud actually wakes up.
yeah. The fun. Yes, all three are canon, but Aerith's resolution is the only one that's actually seen in the end. You don't see Barrett or Tifa's. Just thought I'd throw that in there. It's a little fun fact.
Again, we'll get there in a bit, but no, like it's been told like no, those three technically all those three happen, but and I can understand why Aerith's one is the one that gets shown later because of what she literally tells you. We'll get there. We'll, um, but and with that,
We'll get there soon enough.
we'll get there soon now because we still need to talk about her specifically. But
True.
I'm just gonna keep going with it. Like then we have and pretty much everybody else, like the president of Shinra, the vice president, uh, the security guy, the public guy, and Scarlet, because of course. um,
Okay. I don't give a fuck. Scarlet is fucking hot in this game.
oh no, and she fucking makes you make sure that you like they write the character not only to look hot, but she to be like, no, I am hot, and you know it. You know it. I know it. Let's just keep it that way. Let's just keep.
We all know it. They don't even try to be subtle with it either. It's like, yeah, we know, we fucking know. We didn't let Tifa have this much exposure, but fuck it, we're gonna get Scarlet the exposure.
Yeah, no, like in every single one of those characters. Like first of all, have like Benheimer, like the fucking the security guy. I'm just gonna go there. The security
Heidegger,
Hawa, the what now? Heidinger?
Heidegger,
Yeah,
yeah,
Heidinger. Thanks. Like Heidinger is a fucking Bond villain. I'm sorry, he absolutely he loves acting like a fucking Bond villain. He um like because he's all about like making a scene and looking good while doing it and just having making his fucking raids and attacks look like they're a fucking spectacle to behold. Like towards Avalanche and Cloud and Barret and all. And meanwhile, Shinra's president, he became one of my favorite villains. Like my favorite antagonist in the whole in the entirety of the remake, because of the final scene between him and Barret. Because we mentioned a moment ago that Barret is all about like his convictions and he believes in them. But President of Shinra, he puts him to the fucking test. Like, that really all you fucking want? Are you really gonna tell me that if I just clean your name, you're gonna leave me alone and that everything's gonna be fine? Fuck off. Fuck.
at that point, it doesn't matter if their name is cleared or not. They're still in deep shit because everybody already blames Avalanche for the shit that happens anyway, and they're mainly on Shinra's side. So Shinra just straight up saying, "No, we were wrong about," doesn't help shit at all because guess what?
What
You
that?
can say,
Like
"Oh
you can
no,
still
these
say it
people
because
were
that
okay."
Shinra fought back towards Avalanche situation with the sector, and pretty much like like that's it's still that doesn't change the fact that it was because of Avalanche that Shinra destroyed the fucking plate.
Yeah, and that damage has already been done and shit. You can't exactly take that back.
The only thing that I wish had been at least told that at least the president had told Barret like just to piss him off was that it was their fault what happened in the first sector like that the reason why the explosion was as big was not because of Jesse but because okay fucking blow it up shoot it. Like shoot it, let's just make it a bigger mess than it's gonna be that is to make them look terrible to make
The way that should have gone is just is kind of like what you said, but instead like Shinra saying, "You realize this big problem stemmed from you.
yeah.
You're the ones that attacked the reactors and stuff, which led to the plate being dropped in the first place. If you guys had left that shit alone, the dropped. We wouldn't have made that decision just to get back at you." Granted, that doesn't make them any better. It makes them worse actually because they agreed that the
It makes them worse.
whole reason why they dropped the blade in the first place.
It makes them worse, but that now that's where Shinra is the whole commentary on politics because Shinra is the president's actions are not about oh let's do the right thing. No, let's make them look bad. Let's make them look worse than us. Like we are bad. We suck.
Woo!
Like,
Politicians.
yeah, no, like again, I've always been that modern politics are pretty much put like gang fights, but with dictionaries instead of guns, and even then, I don't
Yeah.
let's not get too much into that. But no, I just fucking love that scene because by that point he technically lost, yet he managed to get the upper hand by just putting Barret in his place. They're like, no, you're full. Like you may not be full of shit, but you still have shit in yourself. You don't care so much about just your name. You want to be the hero. You want to be on top. like maybe not you Barret, but you Avalanche want to be on top. You want to be where I am.
and that's actually also where we get that scene where Barrett just like has that look of like reflection stuff. Like he's pissed, but he has that look on his face like shit. He's right though.
No, and throughout the entirety of that chapter, or every time where Shinra gets brought up by Barrett, it's very clear that he is willing to do the same shit that Shinra's doing to him for the sake of him being the one with the upper hand. Like he may not be like Dutch from Red Dead Redemption, where he's like, we're fighting for an idea, not just for ourselves, when he's clearly fighting for himself. But like, no, Barrett is fighting for a cause and he believes in his cause, but he is willing to become the next Shinra if it means taking down Shinra and his ideals being the ones on top.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where the whole reality comes into place. Like, and I thought that was the best send off for that character, because again, I don't care about the spoilers. The remake is a 1 year old, and the game is over 20 years old, and this game treats the fucking spoilers from the game from 20 years old. Like, because again,
You know
we'll
what's
get
something
there.
that I actually find kind of weird in retrospective?
What?
You find it a little bit weird how like how swept under the rug Rufus's death still is in the remake and stuff. Like there's no nothing. It's just like, oh, he's dead. Bring out the next guy, and then they just like add Rufus as the fucking next leader.
Which by the
Nobody just
way,
has a scene where it's just like
which
where
by
it's
the
just like,
way,
oh
that
shit,
which
this
by the
dude's dead.
like I'm just
Should
gonna
we
go
do
there.
something?
I'm just gonna go quickly. Like that fucking boss fight that like can go fuck itself. Can go like I'm just gonna be honest. I'm
I will
just
still say for some reason, I had an easier
like,
time with it
no.
on
Like
hard mode than anything. Explain how that works.
again,
I
I didn't
yeah.
die, but every time I thought I had a strategy, it will only work like 1 or 2 times, and then suddenly like no, but it doesn't matter. I don't know if it's a Mr. Freeze situation where he adapts to your mechanics and you have to think of something different. Like as
The
the
way that I fought him was by using stop on him, using Faraga on his dog, and then use triple slash.
oh no,
That seems to work.
oh no, I fucking killed the dog because the dog was the fucking mage, and you had to kill the mage first, no matter what. Always kill the mage first. So, um,
It,
I'll,
it, it's it,
I'll,
it's just sign.
yeah, unless you feel like you're big enough to take down the glass cannon first, unless you, um, but but again, more on that. Like, to be fair, maybe there's that because again, to keep it, I told you, Cloud had fire, Tifa had lightning, Barrett and Eric were my healing bitches, and I gave Barrett lightning and Eric had ice because that's the material that she had by default. I did not use uh, any other materia. I didn't. So again, to again, I understand. I am willing to admit that no, I gave myself a harder time with a lot of things because I didn't go out of my way to strategize. But that's the beauty and also curse of this game. Up until the Bahamut fight, you don't really care about those things. You really not put that much to the test on your mechanics and what you have to do until that particular fight, until the Bahamut fight, which is just okay. I'm gonna teach you the hard way how to use every material that you have and learn your best strategy. Wait, what? Oh my god! like, and it will beat you like your dad, methodical and for your own good. And yeah, don't fucking fake it out. Your dad beats you up. I'm sorry. Goddamn. Um, and it always gets quiet when I throw that joke. When I throw, it always.
Bruh.
But no, no, the Bahamut fight is the only time where you're actually being told you better have a strategy because the game will punish you for not having it. Other times it's just like, oh, you didn't use a spell on the riot trooper, now you get punched. Oh, you didn't I don't know, like you didn't heal here, then the boss got harder because his attacks are spammable. Like this boss spams your attacks. No, its attacks. Oh, you didn't took care of the barriers. Well, now the boss got harder. But no, Bahamas, you're like, okay, 5 seconds, you're dead. Like you better have a strategy from the very beginning of that fight. But the rest of the game, you can do whatever, and you're gonna have a chance. Like you're gonna be able to get through the fight, no matter what your strategy is, as long as you at least started full on health. Like at least that's how my experiences went, and I'm pretty sure that if I had tried more or experimented more with a lot of elements, it wouldn't have taken me 35 hours to finish the game. It would have taken me at least, I don't know, 25, like given everything. um, but which again, keep in mind, I'm 17 hours into Crash 4 and I'm not done. So yeah, keep that in mind. It's easier to finish Final Fantasy 7 than it is to finish Crash 4. um, so again, let's talk finally about. Oh no, I will still have a couple of other characters to talk about. Like I fucking love all of like we talked about this on first impressions, like as I was playing along, but I loved every single one of the Avalanche members so damn much. All of them, all three, including Wedge. Like maybe I liked Jesse more than any of the other two, and Biggs had a very impactful personality from the start. But also Wedge managed to grab me as soon as the story was going. He became one of my favorite characters. He became. Come on.
What?
I know you have something to say. I know you have.
Okay, I like Wedge. I do, but at the same time, I don't know. I just kind of feel like he's just the generic, goofy, comic relief fat guy. I'm
I
just gonna be
thought,
real here.
like again, being honest with you, I thought the same until the plate, until the whole thing post the plate.
That part, I don't know because like I just think that like he should have died during that plate part because he really didn't serve any other purpose. And even then, like afterwards, like he still was just like he still like his main things that he talked about was just somebody's cooking and stuff. And I'm just like, bro, this isn't Sonic Unleashed or Final Fantasy 15, dude. Food isn't a priority right now.
Like no,
Literally the plate dropped. Your friends are dead. You almost died yourself, and the only thing you can talk about is Elmira's cooking.
that's
The
the
fuck?
thing. Like he doesn't talk about that after that. He doesn't talk about anything regarding that during the post plate situation. During the like when he is with the mayor that turns out to be an Avalanche member, he talks about, oh, we got you a chopper, we got you this, we have this, like we have this strategy. Here's where you take, here's where you can find Marlene at the bar area, which once again, that's an improvement. Like you are shown how the fuck did she manage to find Marlene if she doesn't even know where the fuck she is. um, like so, but like no, which and when you get to the final point where like of him like no, I have to I keep fighting for Jesse, for Biggs, Clouds, please tell me that I made a difference. You're like, oh, come on, man, come on. Like that was a very that was touching, and he's not dead. I'm sorry. I don't think he is. I don't think.
No, it's confirmed he's not.
No, we got confirmed that Biggs is not dead. Wedge got pushed by the things we're gonna talk about later, and it cuts to black and the glass breaks, but we don't see anything regarding Wedge. Like we got confirmation that Biggs is alive, and we don't know about Jesse. Like Jesse is probably the wildest card, but Wedge is also a wild card on its own. um, which by that point, yeah, let's just talk about the major difference. Uh, the fucking story. Up until well, not even up until like after the prologue, everything when it starts really changing. Like some areas because you have more things to do in the game. Others because they're fleshing out the story a little bit more. Like the whole thing with Jesse and all. Like that chapter with Jesse was fucking incredible. I really loved it. Although I didn't get the trophy because I sucked. But
I didn't get it the first time either. Don't worry, it took me multiple tries.
yeah, and I almost died in the second one. Like I'm gonna be honest. like God bless Red 13. But and I do mean it. I'm gonna get to him later. As soon as you do the whole, well, first of all, as far as I'm concerned, in the original you don't meet Aerith up until the whole situation with the sector, right? Like when you find her in the church.
Yeah, that typically is when you're like maybe an hour and a half into the game, but in the remake, it's gonna take you like a solid probably 10 hours before.
No, but like that's what I mean. Like in the original, you don't have the whole scene of them in the sector where everything just blew up, and Aerith giving you the flower. No, if I'm correct, that doesn't happen at all.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay, well, sorry about that.
It depends on your choice. Like after the first mission, you go try to rendezvous with Baron and them in the train. You bump into Aerith and you need to get out of here, or you stop to talk to her for a bit, and then you decide if you want to buy the flower from her or not.
Meanwhile, here is a
So,
mandatory thing. Okay, I mean,
that's what I mean. Like in the original, you're more in control of what Cloud does than anything else. But in the remake, Cloud already makes some decisions for himself. You just give him that extra boost on what he wants to do.
yeah, but with that said, once you meet Aerith, or when the whole choice of Aerith happens, that's where everything starts becoming a bit more complicated because instead of getting Zack talking to you, it's Sephiroth who's becoming proactive. You find the fucker in the first hour of the game. So
Okay, you know what? We need to talk about this really quick. Sephiroth.
You want
Can
to
we
talk
just
about
talk
him
about
right now?
Sephiroth really quick?
You want to talk? All right, go.
A little bit about him right now.
Okay, go.
I just need to say, never have I ever probably seen one of the best in a fucking video game. And I'm talking original and remake.
Best what?
And Advent Children. Best villain in any video game I've ever played.
Okay.
Like, dude, okay. His upbringing in Crisis Core, Jesus Christ, man. Like, playing Core, but I have seen cutscenes. The dude was actually a pretty decent ass guy. Like, he even took time out of his day to like talk to Cloud to try to like bond with him about Nibelheim and stuff, like having a home. Shit hits the floor for everybody, and there goes his psyche because he realized he's just an experiment that worked in his favor and Shinra's favor. Sure,
he's an experiment to be technically
but he's
Jesus.
still a monster.
Like he's an experiment
That's
to
when
be
like he just goes on that rampage and shit, and yeah, like that. Next thing you know, you get like a pretty solid fucking villain.
Like, yeah. Again, like I don't think he's one of my favorite villains. I think characters like even before Kingdom Hearts 3, Xehanort was one of my favorite villains. Like if we're just keeping it to Square Enix, we're just or even the fucking clown.
Hey,
from
honestly,
6.
okay, you know what? Now that you think about it, I don't think Sephiroth's my favorite villain of all time. Honestly, probably my favorite. As of right, okay, you know what? I don't have a favorite villain of all time because I have a lot
but
of
once
favorites.
again,
It's hard to
Sephiroth is a
pinpoint
very
one.
iconic character. Like
He is very iconic. Like in particular, where the Nibelheim town is on fire, and you just see him turn around and then fade into the fire. And that shit's iconic, like pure iconic. And when you see Sephiroth in Chapter 2, that early on in the game, and you can towering over Cloud. Like my friend Casey even commented, "How is this fucker so tall? He is 6 foot something, but he feels much taller." and he just
Like he feels
feels
much
like menacing
taller,
and stuff.
both because of presence and because I'm pretty sure he is. Like if you told me, oh, the guy is fucking 8 feet tall, I would believe you, because I think even like at least even in this particular game, he's taller than fucking Barrett. And Barrett is a fucking beast, like compared to the rest of the cast.
The point is, though, Sephiroth is fucking scary. I'm
Yeah,
not even
no,
gonna
like
sugarcoat it. That
he
dude is
he
scary.
manages to
Look,
impose.
I'm gonna be honest here. No, I'm gonna be honest here. There's a lot of villains where if I saw him like come up to me and stuff, I'd probably be like, oh shit. But nothing truly threatening. Like if I saw a Xehanort in front of me, I'd be like, hell, look at this motherfucker. But like if I saw like Sephiroth in front of me, I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
there's a
dude.
they know that the just the mere. Go ahead.
Because I was just gonna say, like, just like how you say, like, Cloud always tries to keep his cool and stuff, and try. How do you notice, like, any time Sephiroth is on screen, like, he shows that sign of just vulnerability, where he's know what to do. He can't really do anything because he's genuinely scared of Sephiroth and shit. And it's just like, oh shit, I can't act.
Well, there's
do
also,
anything.
at least in this particular game, there's the fact that as far as he knows, he fucking killed him. So what the fuck is he doing here? So what the So I'm just like, I thought I killed him.
That's even in the original game too.
No, in the original, that's not the case. Well, like like he thinks that he killed. Like, he doesn't remember shit until way later in the game. But but here, he knows that he. So that he was.
That's true.
Meanwhile, here, like, it makes even more sense why he's fucking terrified, because as far as he know, like if you ask Cloud, like, why are you so scared, and you're like, because as far as I knew, I killed this fucker and he's back. What the fuck happened? What the or
No, actually, no. If you like really think about it in a timeline sense, yeah, it's been like 5 years when he was cryogenically sleeping because of Mako poisoning with Zack and shit.
Yeah.
As far as in Cloud's mind, even in the remake stance, this dude literally thought he killed Sephiroth because like he was asleep the whole time. Probably like
a few days ago.
Not even like 2 hours later. Yeah, like not even a few days ago. Next thing you know, he just finishes a bombing mission, and next thing you know, he just sees Sephiroth again. Think about it. How would you feel if like you just like know that you killed someone 3 days ago in your head again, and then next thing you know, you just see him right before you again?
That's what I mean. Like
that would fuck anybody up.
That's what I mean. Like in this particular,
you're saying
in this particular game, it makes way more sense. Like no, because Cloud knows that he killed him, which is first of all the first real major difference, because it's up until like just a few minutes later where we get the next and probably the biggest difference of all. As soon as Aerith touches Cloud, because she's running away from something, and as soon as she touches him, he can see what the fuck she's running away from, and that's where you start thinking, this is not gonna be a straight up remake, isn't it? This is like, we're not getting that. This is gonna be weird, isn't it?
Oh, the moment I saw the whispers, I was just like, okay, these dudes are here for a reason.
Like, and you start thinking,
Sephiroth here for a reason.
And you start wondering like what their deal is in a lot of areas, because first of all, like you start noticing, like you will say like, oh, these things are a new mechanic of the game, okay, I guess. But then you have the whole situation in chapter 3, like you mentioned, or chapter 4, I think, where Barrett ditches Cloud off because no, we can do it, like we have our ways to do it. But then these fuckers show up later in order to like make sure no, Cloud needs to be there. So they put Jesse on handicap. So and now it's all back to how the story was supposed to go. And
because the whole Whisper's goal is to like keep tracking shit.
We're gonna go.
That's why they revived Barrett and stuff. Because like
No, no, trust me.
Barrett's not supposed to die.
I just want to go like in order, like to just kind of feel like no, that this is how you you experience these people's this thing's presence throughout the whole game, because again, and I'm gonna go there and also in a little bit like, but and as after the whole Jesse thing happened, the whole game pretty much takes its own course until you find Eret once again in the church, like just the whole thing that is always supposed to happen. Like you fight a giant robot that you can kind of hack. I managed to find a few of the cars, not just one per room. So I did manage to get myself some goodies here and there. But after that, like when you see Eret and you fight Reno, which was the first fight that taught me that oh yeah, I can block things and I need to block this and I need to block this guy's attacks.
Mood.
Like as soon as but and I'm gonna say this, like as soon as I started blocking his shit, he fell down with ease. Like I easily killed him. Uh, but as soon as that happens, because you're gonna kill Reno right there, right then and there, and then the fucking things show up again. So you're thinking, okay, these guys must be enemies because they've been just blocking my path every time I try to do something. But then they save Eret from dying in the church, from falling down the floor. So you're still wondering like what the fuck is going on? What the fuck? Like that, none of this makes sense and it wasn't supposed to happen. What is this? Then you just keep playing.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real?
Yeah.
Or not? None of this makes sense to me. In a sense.
Yeah, like, and then you get like you just keep having that whole chapter going down. And by the way, that fucking materia that they keep hiding from you until chapter 14 was fucking bullshit. It's fucking like you already like I'm gonna like I understand how some people
Those
might
fuckers.
like I understand why some people might find use of it, but the chakra materia didn't really do much for me. It really didn't.
It did nothing for me. I never used it.
I only used it once, and it was because I think it was just a fight where you specifically just it was still normal mode, but you couldn't use items. I think it was a Coliseum thing or something. I don't know. So I just kept it around for Tifa in order to keep her alive as I was playing. Because my healing stuff was still not in its best course. But we're talking that I used it for like what 10 minutes, like total use time. So again, like you just keep playing, you keep playing, and then you get to the plate where it's the major place where you start kind of understanding what these things are trying to do. Which because throughout the entire plate, you can see that that the plate could have been stopped multiple occasions, more than once. Like it could have been stopped by getting Eret, Tifa, and Cloud like closer to the area. Oh, and by the way, I just want to go quickly on that. The moment I love Eret was in the Ghost Train situation when you get her little backstory where you get.
Oh, dude. Okay, I'll talk about how the game makes me feel later, but
we're gonna go about Eret.
That scene hit different.
Yeah, no, that scene.
Oh no, oh no, it's not even about Aerith and stuff. Like I just mean like how like the game itself just like tugs on my emotional strings.
Yeah, no, like when you get the whole like, oh, they're playing hide and seek, and she's just being ignored, and then you just see Tifa saying what she wanted to be told when she was a kid, and you're like, and I guess you did. Like we found you. Yeah, I guess you did. And I'm like,
it's like that's cute.
And you're like,
cute.
God damn! Like no, that they knew what buttons to push in order to make you care about that fight, and it became one of my favorites.
Of course.
Not to mention that again.
To me, it is one of my favorites. Yeah.
Again, that's the fight where you can get her Metro Rod, which is the one that you have to use. Like I cannot recommend
actually
a weapon strong.
I don't think it's the Mithril Rod. I think it's the bladed.
No, the blade you actually buy it. You actually buy the blade one. The Metro Rod is what you get for you steal. I mean, you can buy the Metro Rod, but you can get it for free by beating the boss, by stealing it from that boss.
No, because the thing is, that boss, That staff that you get from the boss is Aerith's exclusive secret staff from that boss.
No, you can buy it. I did check on that.
What?
I can guarantee you can buy it. Like if you didn't steal it, you can buy it.
You're fucking kidding me.
Nope, I'm not kidding. Like the one that you get from that boss was the Metro Rod, and you can buy it. Yep. I mean, although again, speaking of
Okay, that's okay.
Speaking of
Okay,
weapons,
you know what? It's a good thing that happened really quick. Hang on. That's a good thing that did happen because like I know like a good amount of shit in FF7. I don't know everything.
yeah, no,
Like I'm not gonna pretend I do know everything because it's
although
moments like that where I'll be like, all
al-
right then, that's something I didn't know, and I'll happily admit to that.
the ones that you can only obtain in by exploring are Tifa's weapons actually, Purple Pain and I think the Feather ones. No, I think there's also one in the train station. The claw one, the purple paint, and the feather gloves. Like all those three pairs can only be obtained by exploring. Again, and even then I could be wrong. I think that Tifa's weapons can only be obtained in maps, like by finding them or solving puzzles. Again, I'm not quite sure about that one, but there was a lot of those were for Tifa specifically. The only weapon that I didn't get was Barrett's, the Barrett's secret weapon, because and I had the
That
money.
one is a bit tricky to find.
No, and I did have the money, but I didn't know that. Oh, you had to talk to someone. The one thing that you're not doing in the whole game. The one thing.
Okay, no, okay. I just looked it up. No, it is the bladed staff that you get from the boss that you steal from. The mithril rod you get in chapter 11
but again you can still buy it.
It's in the first where it's a chest.
Yeah, okay, maybe I can be wrong about that. I'm gonna be open to admit it. Like, but
I mean like I still believe you that like you could probably like buy
you can still buy it. No, I know that for a
stuff.
fact. I know that for a fact. I know that
Okay.
that
Anyway, go ahead though.
yeah, no, again, but when those things, like, again, as soon as you start hating the fucking whispers and the plate, you start getting what their point is about, but you also start hating them. At least for me,
That's why you start hating them.
like because
You know what they're doing at that point. You're just like, oh,
like
you.
like you know what the story is trying to tell you with these characters, but it becomes annoying because I could have stopped this. We could have stopped this. We could have easily solved all of this and maybe even made sure that everybody survived properly and get that fucking quote unquote pizza from Jesse. Yeah, that's the major thing that got me salty about. But like you like because you start to
Okay, we never got to have Jesse's pizza, and now that makes me sad. Now, why do you have to make me sad right now? It's
no like and
where I am right now.
like and not to mention that the whole situation with Eret like just getting taken by the Turks, which really makes you wonder like, okay, what the fuck has stopped them from just taking her in the past? Like it seems like their major deal is don't get out of the house. But I'm like, no, they clearly want
No,
her.
it's requirement that like she. Here's why. Usually like they check in on her and stuff, and they try to persuade her to do these things. Elmira even stated that the only way that Shinra will actually be able to have any use for voluntarily goes. The other times that the Turks and stuff have come, she always refused, and they can't exactly take as well, like Elmira said, that wouldn't do them any good. But considering how Tsung or Sung, however you want to pronounce it, noticed that like Earth was trying to protect Marlene and stuff, he offered, yes, we will get Marlene to a safe place, but in exchange, you need to come with us.
Yeah, no, like, but I'm merely talking about
the deal in the first place.
I'm merely talking about the fact that Reno, Root, which became my favorite of the three, if I'm honest, like Reno, Root, and saying like We know where she is. We know that we need it here. Like we know everything that we want. Why does it only seem like a possibility whenever she's outside, when they know where she lives and what she's doing and everything? Like that's always been something that didn't make sense to me, like at all, like even since the original. But again, it's a very minor nitpick. Uh, but and again, when the plate falls is where you really start hating these fucking things. And but then you start, but they also ended up opening certain things by accident by trying to really force Wedge is dead. Like they're really like, no, Wedge is supposed to die, but not only does he survive, but their attempt to kill him opens the fucking lab, which is something that the original didn't have, if I recall. Did you?
No, it didn't. The only confirmed alive is Biggs,
No,
and Wedge is like unconfirmed alive.
it's
Like you
unconfirmed,
said, he gets thrown
and
out a
just
window, but
we
we
don't
don't
see
see
the
the
body.
body.
Like again, this is the reason why I made that fucking poll. Like, oh, can you like Final Fantasy and say that you don't like anime? Because that's a fucking trope as shit. That's a huge trope from anime. That's a huge, like,
I can wholeheartedly admit I'm not a fan of anime, but I still love Final Fantasy VII.
no, and
So yeah.
no, that's what I mean. Like, because that it was because of you that I made that fucking poll, because I'm like, okay, can you honestly tell me that you don't see the anime in this? That you don't see, like, because again, which is unconfirmed, but again, their attempt at killing him causes the fucking lab to be explored, which is already a very huge difference on its own. Like just to be able to explore the lab or have the lab at all, and then you start. So then you have the whole thing with things are starting to just go on normally, and I even fucking send you a DM like with the whole thing. Again, I'm going place to all over the place, but this game goes all over the place as well. So please bear with me on that.
It does. It's no. It's Nomura. It's bound to
When
go all
I
over the place.
like during the whole thing on Wall Market, I fucking loved every single bit of it. I love the Coliseum. I love the characters. I love the world that was built on it, and I loved hating Don Corneo. Even Pops hated the fucking thing.
Dude, Don Corneo.
Like,
Look,
and I
there's
wish,
probably no bigger video game character. I say bigger unironically, by the way.
yeah.
Where
I mean, he's one of the biggest pieces of shit I
dude,
have ever seen.
you ever just meet that one? No, you ever just like meet that one dude in a video game or any kind of media? To be honest, where like you just look at him, and you just want to fucking punch him, like you just want to deck him so hard in the face. He's just so unlikable.
Yeah, no,
Don Corneo was always that person for me.
no,
Never liked the idea of there's this one mob boss that literally every single day or somewhere along those lines he just had these brides given to him. Like who
what
fucking
the fuck?
like really like like he just like gets these girls all the time and like they volunteer sometimes or they audition. Like why are they auditioning? What are they?
Yeah,
It's like, what do they gain from this? I mean, the dude's not attractive. He's far from attractive, actually. And he even has like four assistants helping out do that. It's like, what kind of fucked up place is Walmart where they just take like these hot girls and just like they don't
give
even
it
like
to him.
think that, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this. This is like kind of rapish.
Yeah,
I
again,
mean,
that's part of the
the girls are
whole.
still volunteering, but like, what? This
I
is
mean,
like fucked up, and like not even the good kind of fucked up. Where it's just like, oh, it's enjoyable to see. It makes things interesting. No,
no,
it's just like, why is this
you
dude
genuinely
here?
feel
Can I
uncomfortable the
actually
entire
fucking
way.
kill him?
Like if it wasn't for the fact that the process to get there is so charming and full of personality, you will feel uncomfortable all the way through. But every time the conversation is like, oh, to go to Don Corneo, like you just feel like this is not right at all. This is, and I don't like it, and I don't.
No, that's why I love that scene where you know like Aerith is about to go in. It's just like You know what? No. If you're going in there, I'm going in there. I don't give a fuck. This dude sounds like a piece of shit. I don't want.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that part. And
And hell, even Leslie is one of my favorite characters in
yeah, I
the
really
version now.
like.
That dude is just awesome.
I like his
Like
attitude as soon as he started showing
no,
up.
I love, dude. The moment I saw him and I heard his theme song, I'm gonna love this guy, aren't I? And sure enough, in chapter 15, I fucking loved him
Yeah.
because like I say 4 instances when really I just say 3 because like Leslie is like the only person in that area with like common sense. You sure you want to get yourself into this? You have
No, to
no
be
idea
fair,
what you're about
to
to
be
get
fair, the
into.
only one that doesn't show concern is fucking Chocobo Sam, because like even Madame Angel, like, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking like, are you actually?
Why would you want to do that?
Yeah, no, like Madame Anne is concerned. Chocobo Sam kind of even mocks you for even for thinking about it, and Andro, like which I enjoy his fucking little dynamic overall. And I wish we had been able to do kind of
Andrea Rodea?
yeah, Andrea Rodela. And I wish we had gotten a side quest of him performing with Tifa. I'm sorry that when they teased that, I'm just like, can we do
Oh,
that?
that would have been amazing. No,
Like,
that would have been awesome. I would
yeah.
have rather preferred that over the pull up shit.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. I didn't even bother getting the
Dude,
Champions
no.
Bell for
Do
that
you
one because
know?
I'm like, I
No.
don't.
Do you have any idea how long I actually spent on that?
I
You
don't
want
know,
to know how
3 hours.
goddamn pull ups? 5.
Okay. No. I believe you. Like, but again, I'm majorly saying that because I guess it's for an achievement, for achievement's sake. But the Champions Belt, you can even buy that shit. I'm like, I don't need this. I don't,
Yeah, no. I strictly got it for belt reasons, but like that's why like I do like Leslie the most though. Like out of all the new characters, he is my favorite. By all means, he's my favorite. I like I do like Johnny. I do like him. I think he's in like I really do like him. I forget the other dude's name, but he's the motorcycle dude. I didn't like him too much,
I thought he
mainly
was
because we
fine,
didn't see
but
him that much.
I thought he was
Well,
fine.
because
But
like we
again,
haven't seen him that
you only
much.
see him that one
So
chapter, and that's it. You only see
actually, two, I think you see him that one bike race, and then you see,
it's the same chapter.
and then you actually fight him in the next chapter. It is
Yeah, I'm
shit.
pretty sure it's the same chapter. Well, that whole sequence with Jesse, yeah, that whole
Oh, okay then.
but
But
go ahead.
no. Go ahead, because I was just saying. But yeah,
Like but once again, like the whole thing with like all the boss fight, like all the things about Walmarker were really good, and they needed to be good in order to like really make you feel comfortable with the whole situation happening. And Johnny, I thought he was annoying. I genuinely felt like, okay, what the fuck are you? Like it's probably the fact
fun
that
fact: Johnny was actually in the original game.
no, I know.
His name isn't mentioned, but like he is in the original game.
Yeah, no, like, I am aware, and you can. And I found the father, but I'm just like I barely had any interaction with him because that was the whole point. Like you're supposed to ignore him. You're supposed, um, but again, those things happen, and then uh, and then you had the whole situation, the whole infiltration to Shinra's building. You had the whole puzzle with Tifa, which of course I fucking adore doing it. um, you have the whole like, and I'm gonna say this: the fact that you only are like you have the whole whenever you have a party, you're only controlling Cloud, in the hub world and or in the hub exploration.
That I didn't like.
I
I
didn't.
did not like that. I thought, okay, here's what I thought. Because to like make someone the leader, my mind was if they're the leader, I get to control as them in the hub world. No, you just start with them once it activates. And I thought that was super lame. I'm like, come on, we're able to like control Aerith and
You're able to
Barret
control
and
all of them.
Tifa. You get to control everybody in a free roaming area. Why can't we just do this at will? They're like
Yeah.
they're easy to control. Like it's just stuff. You're not doing anything else. So there's like no real reason why we shouldn't be able to. And
And if I
yes,
rec-
like you could throw the excuse character. Everybody there is the main character. You kidding me? Tifa's the main character, Barrett's the main character, and so
yeah,
is
no,
Aerith.
all
They're
four.
primary characters. They're not secondary.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in a bit. But well, like, and if I recall, you can do that in the original. And once again, you can say, well, the original.
I don't think you can. I'm not aware of it.
I just remember bits and pieces where I don't know if it's a situation regarding the events of the game, but you can change to Tifa, to Sid, to like, etc. It's like for the main exploration. But once again, even even if that wasn't the case, and here it doesn't make that much sense to me because you have chances to control them, and they are able to do everything that Cloud does when just being like when just exploring. Why not? So like, what's the big deal in this particular situation? What, like hell, there's a full mini that there in Shinra. There's a full puzzle that's dedicated to doing exactly that. To like changing between characters and movement throughout the entire point with Tifa and Aerith and Barrett and Cloud. So that's where I started having a couple of gripes with nitpicks. That I think the major aspects of the game were handled properly. So again, that's as far as I can go with that observation. But again, you do the whole Shinra building, uh, you do the exploration, you get to the building, and it's up until you find Hojo where the differences start showing up once again. Not even like not only because of the whisper showing up to stop Hojo, but because Hojo fucking tells everybody this motherfucker's lying. This motherfucker, he's not a soldier. He's not a soldier. He was gonna be, but he is not. um, like but then the whispers stop him, and he can see them, and like he can see them, which is something that we were not quite supposed to be able to do. And because of that, in exchange, we don't have the whole prison break situation, which I really like because even in the original, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, if I'm being honest, because I thought it was a drag. And then you finally meet Red 13, and this is where I start having my major problems with the specific character. Well, let's talk properly about Aerith. Because this is in the exact part of the story where I start really having full-on complete thoughts about her and what she's all about and everything. So before I jump into that, you go first.
I don't really know where to begin.
Just again, we're focusing on Aerith right now.
I think you should handle this first.
Okay. As a character, well, first of all, gameplay-wise, she became one of my fucking mains once I learned how to use her main attack, her main triangle attack. Like how it's pretty much Blizzaga, uh, but just more based on pure magic. And once you start learning how her mechanics work as improvements and enhancements rather than straight up energy, unless you're the rain of the adjustment ray, like which even that one is a little bit of a hard one to pull off because it's a straight line. As soon as somebody moves a little inch, that's it. um, but the arcane one became the main way I ended up defeating Bahamut. Their like her magic is just fucking this fucking master, but like the fucking pornographic level so powerful that where
Oh God.
she can just cure, and if you boost her power enough, just cure is enough to heal to give a full heal to your party if you know what you're doing. If you're and
Yeah. Yeah.
like which is insane considering that how the major difference between Cura and Curaga is not just the amount of power but the amount of time that it takes, so that's insane. Then you again character wise, she is one of the best characters. Like she's all about like she is she you can tell that she took a lot of life lessons in terms of how to be from Zack, given the whole aspect of like how you start properly meeting her. You're like, oh, it's gonna cost you. Okay, I'll pay you with one date. I'm like, okay, that's so fucking Zack. That's so like, I'm sorry. That's
Yeah, she definitely got that. No, she got that from Zach.
like
I'm
her
sorry, she
like
definitely got.
like her overall bubbly attitude, or maybe being like all like, oh, well, why don't you try to be more positive and just be more about like every we can do things, we, not just you, bitch. Like, and but also being
Oh, damn.
okay.
But
Oh, sorry. And and
I just said, oh, damn.
but she's also about putting a certain image, but instead of putting it as a whole, she puts it on cloud. You know, which is why I'm pretty sure it was more out of petty than when she said like, I know princess that needs to be rescued, and then she needs to be helped. You're like, shit. Like I don't think it was a shit though. Like, shit, I'm in trouble, and you're like, shit, I just look like an idiot. Shit. um
Yeah, actually, people explain that like shit slip up, where it's just like, I would never think Aerith would say that. I'm like, honestly, hey, let's think of the situation right now. You literally just told some dude that you just kind of asked out on a date, saying, I don't need to be held like a princess. Then something happens where you have to rescue, and you're just like, shit.
yeah.
Anybody's reaction would be shit. I don't care how pure-hearted you are, you would still say shit.
Yeah, exactly. So once again, like you had that whole attitude. You have somebody that, and again, like she just has a very strong personality, but in the complete pair, like the other side of the coin for Cloud, like where Cloud is all about, I can handle things by myself, I can do things, like I don't need you, and you're like, no, you need me. I'm going to hang out with you because I fucking want to, and I can do everything that I fucking please. Like she is, I know she
You
like
know what's actually the funny thing?
what?
And that's why, like, okay, I'm just gonna be honest here. I feel like Aerith completes the side of Cloud that, like, most people have a problem with. Like, most people say that Cloud, Aerith kind of handles him being an asshole pretty damn well.
Yeah,
Like for example, well, like I said, you know how like, oh, as a kid, like he was always excluded from things. Even in Avalanche, like he still kind of feels excluded. That's why he puts on the facade. Whatever, I'm too cool for you guys
yeah,
anyway. But in reality, like deep in his heart, he's like, shit. Well, I do kind of want to be a part of this. You know, I just want to be accepted by you guys. He goes about it the wrong way, sure. Earth, under no circumstances ever leaves him alone and stuff, because she always wants him to feel like whatever it is that they're doing, because she enjoys his company. Just like at the start of chapter 9, where Cloud assumes that he's done with Aerith forever and she's done with him. To his surprise, she literally
she
says,
knew that.
waiting because I'm not sick of you yet. And then in that same chapter, before they, well, think gonna say goodbye forever, she admits to Cloud, yeah, I had a secret route that I could have taken this whole time to get here faster, but I wanted to spend.
Yeah,
And Cloud never ever got a moment like that ever with anybody. Like if you notice, when he's with like
yeah, and like and that's
Eric and
because
stuff,
and
Cloud actually cracks a smile.
like Cloud becomes in the same way, like he is like he because he got pushed away by everybody, he starts doing the same. And meanwhile, Aerith is in the more of the saying like treat people like you want to be treated. like Cloud is like, I'm gonna treat you like you treated me. Meanwhile, she like, I'm gonna treat you like I wanted to be treated. I wanted to be part of everything. I wanted to hang out with people. I wanted to be to care to have everybody on my side, and I'm gonna do it whether you like it or not. Meanwhile, Cloud is just like, meanwhile
sorry.
Cloud is like, do you want me? I don't care. I don't.
No, and like that's another reason why I'm just gonna bring up Jessie and Tifa, because especially Jessie, because like now she's part of that love triangle
Yeah.
stuff as well. Where this time she's kind of like Aerith, where she wants to spend time with Cloud, but the way that she goes about it, how it annoys Cloud, because it's like he makes it clear that like he doesn't really like her that way, but
I'm
she
gonna
doesn't like.
I'm gonna actually
I want you to
disagree.
talk about it first.
I'm gonna actually disagree about that because again, a lot of things
No, no,
happen.
no, because like I know, because like I want to hear you out, because I'm still I'm used to the Tifa stuff, but I'm not used to the Jessie stuff, so I really want to hear your thoughts.
Is the fact like you start seeing Cloud's actual face in the Jesse chapter when they go to that sector and start going the whole thing. Like and Biggs is like, well, she's been through a lot. I know you don't care. Like, no, I want to know. Like as soon like because that's the thing that he hates. I will say that he hates about Jesse. Like Jesse is all about like, oh, you're like I'm the hot thing here, and you are the hot thing here. We should hook up. But no, like as soon as Cloud starts seeing actual Jesse, like who she is and what she's been through, like
Yeah.
as soon as she knows that she's not just a fucking uh, fancy girl trying to hook up with the cool guy that he's also trying to be. Like as soon as he starts seeing the real Jesse, Cloud starts showing the real Cloud as well.
That's something that we also got to himself, where it's like he won't open up to people unless he feels comfortable with people opening up to him, like that, like because it's like it's how a lot of people feel. Like that's why they don't really open up to people. But when they show that, like, no, get to know you and stuff, that's how Cloud is, where it's like, hey, look, you might get on my nerves a little bit, but that doesn't mean I don't fucking care, you know?
Yeah, but
Yes, by all means,
like
by all means, tell me what's up.
and you can tell me that Cloud starts smiling with Aerith and all. His first smile, his first real smile is in front of Jesse, and Jesse calls him out on that. So once again, like you just start like when he's going through the house and doing all these things and also hanging out with her in the ride, he can start feeling that no, she really cares about me. She doesn't care about the ex-soldier mercenary that I put on myself. She likes me. She cares about
Yeah,
me and doesn't
yeah, I do.
and in fact she's calling out on my fucking facade. In fact, like she's capable of knowing that I'm full of shit. like
Yeah.
me like meanwhile Tifa is like, you've always been a bit of a weird one, so but I care about you, and I'm gonna teach you, and I'm gonna actually help you. Like I'm gonna be your complement, not your missing piece. Meanwhile, Aerith is like, I like you, deal with it. deal. Like.
Okay, that's something I actually got to bring up. Like, you could definitely tell just by how Tifa and Aerith talk to Cloud that, like, they handle Cloud but Cloud shows exactly, like, how it really affects him at the same time. Like, when Tifa, like, here's the best example I can think of right when Cloud does start to be, like, a smartass and shit, Tifa just instantly says, be nice. Like,
Yeah,
kind of yells at him a little bit.
Yeah, like because
When he's a bit of a dick to like the like Moogie and shit. Hold on, Aerith says, "Hey, Cloud, maybe be a little bit nicer." Like shaming him or anything. Like she's just saying, "No, no, 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 no. You can say it a little bit nicer."
no, not even
And,
that.
and
Like
that, that's kind of the stuff that Cloud needs.
there are times where even Eric will go like we'll go full on vice president on him, and you're like, what Cloud meant to say, what Cloud tried to say was this. What Cloud, like meanwhile Tifa is more.
Well, that's another thing.
Meanwhile Tifa, because he knows him probably more than even Aerith or Jesse, like, and of course Jesse, like she's like, okay, I know this guy's nonsense. I have to put him straight if he even wants to survive in this fucking sector. If he even. Like, but
Well, like I don't know, but like with Aerith and stuff, I just feel like, like I don't know, like I feel like Cloud is able to like be more himself around here. Like he even puts his guard down in the playground scene. Shows interest where he's just like, actually no. You know that scene where he sees Aerith talking to the flowers and she said like he'll listen anyway. He's just like, yeah, probably not. But then the next second later, he's just like, Tell me anyway. And then he even responds to the flower.
Yeah.
This is the same guy who basically mocked Barrett to his face about how Barrett could hear the planet.
Yeah. No.
Get
Like.
help.
No. Yeah. No.
The
I
same
know.
guy did that,
Like,
and
but that's
Aerith
the
changed
thing.
his mindset in a few hours. Like literally, not even like 2 hours, and she's already changed that mindset.
No, and even then, no, and I will say that that everything else had something to do because, like I said, that chapter about Jesse changes Cloud severely. Like he puts him,
It
like
does.
it does put him in his place a little bit. Like, yeah, no, these people are not what I think they are. Like these people are not the same assholes that I'm used to seeing. Like so he's more willing to understand them and to know things. But yeah, that's the Eret is the final straw for him to start caring about things because Eret Eret is also probably even colder than Tifa in the sense that because when Cloud goes full on asshole mode and you're like, I don't care, she doesn't care either. Like she doesn't care about him not caring, and that's where it actually puts him in his place. And you're like, okay, if I want her attention, I had to actually be fucking honest. I had to be nice or to treat her differently if I actually want her to notice me. If I